kitchen company with 100,000 followers is doing my kitchen. It's been proven to increase your conversion rate by over 390%. So bake that stuff into your price. Hi, my name is Josh. Today, you're gonna see our KRISE acronym. At the end of this video, I'm gonna break down absolutely everything that you need to scale to about 100K per month, as many of our clients have. So the first stage, know. You have to get found first, in any business really. You wanna reach your homeowners before competitors do. So how can you do that? Number one is SEO. Do you even have a website? Is your website even looking good? Or is it just pretty and it doesn't drive conversions? But let's say you figured it all out. SEO, search engine optimization. What is that? Getting found on Google or other search engines organically. Very, very important. People will be searching for this. Will you show up? That's a good question. Now, for those of you that don't know, SEO is very important to bake it into the beginning of your website with the pages, with the keywords on the pages, but it's also important as a monthly reoccurring thing. Getting new backlinks, getting new keywords, new blog posts, on page, off page. I can make another video about that soon. The next point is Google Ads. So this is paid. Obviously SEO is more organic, but Google Ads is direct. You're paying Google to bring high intent buyers instantly. Now, some of you may think, what is the difference between this and meta ads? You've heard about digital marketing, you've heard about ads. Okay, the main difference between Google Ads and meta ads is intention. Meta ads, you're generating a demand. Google Ads, these people are already searching for your services. So you want to make sure that you show up. If you've ever been on Google, the top first searches say sponsored. That's Google Ads. The next one is social media. Now I know that this can be a little bit of an ick or a little bit outside of people's comfort zones when it comes to social media. But the main principle is this: you want to inspire people. You want to build an audience of people that watch you or like your content or think, wow, I want to follow this person. When you have an audience or you produce good content, it builds trust. If somebody's watched hours of you talking directly to a camera, they're going to have this personal relationship with you. Another thing that's really important is doing it cleanly. Like, don't just put anything on there. Have it a little bit branded or at least consistent. The last thing you want is for someone who's deciding to spend 20, 30, 40,000 with you, come onto your Instagram and think, ooh, I'd rather not actually. All because the other person they checked out, your competitor, has got it looking nice and pretty. If you can do a really good job in a kitchen, why not do a good job on your Instagram? And one of the last things about social media that's worth mentioning, it's social proof, social credit. When you have 100,000 followers versus 10 followers, you have a lot more credibility. Someone's gonna come to you and they're gonna think, wow, a kitchen company with 100,000 followers is doing my kitchen. They're gonna think you're certified. They're gonna think that people already trust you. They already like you. Whereas if you only have 10 followers, it looks a little bit shoddy. Maybe it's even a fake account, who knows? The people that are making the most money in today's society are influencers. Doesn't matter what type of business you are. Then you got local search. So this could be Google Maps, which is my favorite, or local directories. That could be Checkertrade or Nextdoor. But the one that's gonna bring you the most business is Google Maps. Getting seen and found on that map pack is everything. The better you rank on Google Maps, the more areas you're gonna show up. And when people are scrolling for businesses, you're gonna come up higher, which means you're gonna get more leads. Stage 2. Reach. What happens once you have all of that audience? What happens when you have all of that interest? You want to convert it into action. You want to turn those visitors into enquiries. Your website is your hardest working salesperson. So you've got to make every single word, every single element count. Too many people hire a website designer, and the designer does a fantastic job because they're a designer. It's pretty, it looks good, it's neat, it's tidy, it's flashy, but they forget one simple thing. You're not having a website to look good, you're having a website to bring in more leads, to bring in more conversions. And for general contracting, any type of contracting really, especially kitchen and bathroom remodelers, that is everything. So if you don't already have a very good website, get one. And make sure you choose the right partner. So it's all good turning visitors into enquiries, but what if you've got low quality traffic? You're going to be wasting money. Every click on Google Ads equates to cost, ad spend. So you want to be driving high quality traffic, traffic that actually converts into sales. You want to attract homeowners that are actively planning it, they're local to you, so they're not going to have any friction. We want people right at the point of making a decision, really. Or they're at a point where they can be influenced by your amazing products and services. Now, once you've got that high intent traffic of a high quality, you want them to be able to book a consultation seamlessly, easily, without friction. I want to give you 2 examples. One website you jump on, it's old, it's outdated, it was made in 2006. There's no phone number, there's no call to action. It's very hard to actually contact a business, and we see this all the time. And then you've got your competitor's website, for example, or someone else's, that has a clear call to action, a phone number, get a quote. They can even book a consultation, give you their address, and you just show up for it. For some of our clients, we link their calendars to the booking consultation. That way, if they have a free slot that they want to work in, someone can just book them automatically. That way you've skipped the entire sales process and you just show up to their house. How many people don't want to talk to you on the phone? You know, this is 2026. Unfortunately, some people are socially awkward. The last one is respond fast. You've got to be responding fast to your leads. If you're not, your competitors have a perfect window of opportunity to steal that lead from you. Think about it. The speed of your response wins the job. It says there, aim for under 1 hour. Now that might be true, but think about it. You're scrolling on Google, you've got maybe the Google Maps up, you've got a bunch of companies, and what do you want? You want to call one, bam, call another one, bam. You want to get it done, because in the next 30 minutes, you're probably going to be doing something else. One thing that we've implemented for some of our clients is the under 60 seconds speed to lead framework. Now this is a bunch of automations and systems that we build, but the basic premise of it is you get to your clients in under 60 seconds. And that has been proven, this is why it's my favorite thing, it's been proven to increase your conversion rate by over 390%. So just think about that for a minute. The next stage is inspire. So as you already know, a kitchen or some of the bathrooms is one of the biggest investments that a homeowner is going to make. So you want to make it feel personal. You are affecting the living space of someone after all. So the next point is your showroom experience. Imagine you walk into a showroom and it's all right, you're touching everything and it's dirty. What kind of image is that going to give you of the business? First impressions matter. Think about you coming into the showroom and the person you're meeting is dressed in tracksuit bottoms, trainers, they got paint all over them. What's that going to make you think? Versus someone who's dressed well, maybe smells good, looks after themselves. They're going to think that you're going to look after them too. Cast your mind to IKEA. You go in and they've got a journey through the entire store. You might only go there for one specific item, but you end up buying a lot of things. That's because they've specifically designed everything with the utmost intentionality. And you should too. Why not? If this was the difference between you making very little money and 100K per month, would you take that jump? Would you make that step? So you want the showroom experience to be a journey. You want them to see it, to feel it. And really, when you're designing this, you want to think about the emotions that you're going to inspire in that person. Because at the end of the day, everybody loves a good kitchen or bathroom. Your customers are human beings. You want to connect deeply with them. Listen to what they're saying to you. Your design consultation can be a make or break for your business. Do you have a process or do you just wing it? Everybody knows that when you're having a conversation with someone and they're not really listening to you, you can't build a connection. Think of yourself like a doctor. You have the solution to their problem. They want a new kitchen or bathroom, what finishes they want, what their budget is. if you prescribe the wrong medication to them, it could hurt them. Every consultant builds trust with the other person by listening and understanding their problem and then providing a solution that actually works for them. And it's the same in kitchens and bathrooms. You don't want to mess this up because it's a lot of money. Once you have a bunch of happy customers, you build testimonials. You get video recordings of them or Google reviews. You get case studies, put them on your website. Transparent pricing. Are you willing to do that? Higher pricing equates to higher value in people's minds. All of this seals the confidence. The final stages is show and execute. So let's talk about show. So I hope you're already aware, if you're in this industry, that you guys can do 3D renderings of your kitchens. Absolutely, you should do that. Because when a customer can see the end value, the end point, they're more likely to invest in it because they can visualize what it's actually going to be like. And one of your make or breaks is the design presentation. How do you walk through the materials, the finishes, the layout? Have you given them multiple options? You know, from the previous step, if you hadn't listened to them, you're not going to be able to do this step very well. Again, with a kitchen or a bathroom, there are thousands of options. Combine that with another 1,000 options of finishes or something. That makes millions of potential combinations. It's your job to prescribe them and walk them through that. You don't want to overwhelm them. And now let's talk about execute. So this is all about your fulfillment, really. How you're delivering the service once they've purchased. Now, it doesn't always work like this, but you want to give a flawless installation. So as you can see, you want to be on time, you want to be on budget with 0 surprises. Now, we know that it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes there is a surprise, sometimes there's a delay, or sometimes the cost goes a little bit bigger than you're expecting. So bake that stuff into your price. Bake that stuff into the service that you deliver. Maybe there's something you could do at the end. Give them a bottle of champagne. If they drink, make sure to know if they drink or not. Maybe offer them a beer in the initial consultation. Because people remember the peak of an experience and they remember the end of an experience, but you can only really control that end part. So make sure you leave the place clean, tidy. One thing most people don't think about is the quality of your workmen, the quality of your field agents. You can't just get any old guy because you're inviting people into somebody's home. Are they trustworthy? Are they safe? Are they clean? Do they have good interpersonal skills? Because all of these things are really important. When your fitter or whoever's building your kitchen, your carpenter, your plumber, your electrician, when they come into the house, they have to be presentable. Why? Because they're representing you. They're representing your brand. I would recommend either training them well, having strong SOPs or guidelines, rules, regulations within your business. That way it's easy to judge. Either you did this and you met the standard or you didn't. So let's say you have flawlessly installed that kitchen. Your aftercare is the next most important point, and so many people forget this. Every customer isn't going to buy another kitchen. You're not going to be able to get that much repeat business from your customers. However, you can get a little asset from a customer that pays you indefinitely, in perpetuity. Follow up a month after, 2 months after. Make sure you're building a connection, a relationship. Why? Because when they invite their neighbors around or their friends and their family, they're going to say, wow, what a nice kitchen. And if they're thinking, I want a kitchen like that, where did you get your kitchen done? They're going to refer you. If they had a bad experience, they're not going to refer you. I know one kitchen fitter who did one house on a street, and within the next year, he had done every single other house on that entire street. Get them to leave you a review, because that tiny little asset, more people will read it and make a decision to choose you. So just to summarize then, know your customers like they're your new best friend. Make sure you've got the right reach. You're doing your SEO right, your ads right, you've got your Google business profile for the maps correct. Without that, you're going to find it hard to find good customers and grow your business past simple referrals. The next, you want to inspire your customers, because it's likely that your competitors are not really doing that. They're not inciting that emotion in them. You show what you're capable of doing. You show them what they're going to get. Finally, execute. Pull it off properly. Do a good job. And that's, in a nutshell, how you could generate another 100K per month to your kitchen and bathroom remodeling business. So if you'd like to know about how your business could specifically do this, book a call below. Link should be in the description. My name is Josh from Luminex Studios. Thanks for watching.